Yeah, woo! Good morning, everybody. It's MarketChameleon.com. Getting ready for the trading week, Will. It's a short week, man. Are you excited?
Is it short? What's going on this
Think
week?
of Thanksgiving, man. Unless you're trading birds. You trading birds on Thursday, man?
You know what?
Birds.
I've decided to go all in on the coins. So I trade every day, every hour.
All day, man.
I'm Bitcoining now.
No,
Bitcoining.
we love it, man. Hey, before we get into the Bitcoin, everybody remember,
Love? No, we're not getting
trading
into
of all kinds is inherently risky. We are just here to give you ideas. We are not here to tell you what to do. So be careful out there. Right, brother? Be careful.
Always know your risk.
But actually, we do have a little on the site. We do have a little little Bitcoin thing. So if you guys want to check out Bitcoin and track that, it is available, right, man?
Yeah, it hasn't moved really at all. The best since its magic explosion and then sell-off.
Man.
But it's pegged there. I mean, no one down at 6,000. No one wants to sell. No one wants to sell, and no one really wants to buy. It's an amazing thing.
Well, if you wanted to buy it, how would you buy it, my brother? Crickets. That's how you buy it. Nobody knows.
No,
I said that's one of the problems, man. Until they figure that out.
Oh, come on! You go get one of your Coinbase wallets. You see me. Everyone sees the screen, right now.
We do, and now now it's back. It's so funny, dude. This stuff is like works and then doesn't work. And anyway, Adam will fix it for us all. Here we go. Look at that. That's how Adam works right there.
Anyways,
right,
you go to there's the Bitcoin, by the way, if anyone wants to see. You go to Coinbase. Wow, it is below 6.
See? What did I tell you, man? I told you.
On your news this morning, it's now sold off.
Sell off, man.
That's the Bitcoin.
Yep.
Anyways, we do have a little place where you can look at the Bitcoin and news forums about it, but not a Bitcoin holder or speculator here, but it is interesting how the cryptocurrencies you can trade 24 hours, whether you ever get the money out of the accounts you set up at one of these vendors. I have no idea.
Whether or not you get hacked and it all goes away, it is...
So many times I went through the process of setting up one of those wallets.
Yeah.
I thought and it just seemed the whole process seemed so unbelievably sketchy. And it's funny because I'm a lot like you, a little more individual than government, but there's zero,
Yeah.
no one's looking at this. It's not governed by anybody, which
look, I get the idea of decentralized and I love it. But the thing we actually like third-party players. We like that. I mean, it provides that layer of security, that layer of, what happened to you, brother, this weekend? You got $2,000 in a bill for your kid pushing buy on a video game on your tablet, right?
That was true. That was an Apple product.
Right? And the kid is buying, what was it? Shopkins, right? Shopkins, right? It was Shopkins. Do you want to feed your Shopkins? Yes. Do you want to hold a party for your Shopkins? Yes. And suddenly you got $2,500 in Shopkins bill. So it's nice to be able to call up that company and say, hey, take that off. And they take it off, man. That's nice, right?
Yeah, there's no phone calls and crickets on the email end when you have a problem with one of these sites.
No, I mean, that's the thing about it. It's gone and it's gone forever, right? There is no way around that, right?
Well,
unless you bring in a third-party player, right? And then you're back to the regular banking system.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, you can, and I think you looked into it early, and they've made fun of it on certain episodes, Silicon Valley, about people putting it on their own sticks.
Right.
Controlling the coin code in their
basically
on their computer or whatever.
A UBS stick.
Yeah, and we've all read about it. People who were early players they were basically adapters playing for fun. They had no thought of this thing ever running to 18,000. We're talking about when it was pennies.
Right.
And they were mining it for fun, and they had 4 or 5 Bitcoins. And when it hit a couple dollars and someone said, oh, you can buy a pizza with it, they were like, all right, I'll buy a pizza with my 5 Bitcoins.
Yep.
And and there are people who've lost their sticks and lost their computers.
Yeah.
Computers have died on them.
Hacks, you name it.
It's
I mean,
on their
it's
hard
endless.
drive.
Endless.
So anyways, just an FYI for everyone out there. The one play I would play if I was thinking about the coin running at any point is overstock. The risk here is they have invested a lot of their capital into the cryptocurrency sphere and have developed their own currency. They're actually holders of the Bitcoin, so they have a lot of working parts in that space, and their stock has responded if you look at the last year. I mean, it got up. This was probably near the height of the Bitcoin. Traded up to 86. It's down to 17 now, and their earnings have been weakened because they're plowing a lot of money that they earn from Overstock.com into this technology, and
and you see the long, slow decline.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the challenge of this thing and the scary thing, right? This thing, it could be the new way we go forward as people. And then at the same time, it could go down to zero, or basically zero.
And that's the rub. Like during the internet boom, things were built that allowed for Facebook and Google, allowed for those companies to continue to grow and for the internet experience to become better.
Yep.
I don't know if and there weren't many public companies that actually raised money. I don't know if during this Bitcoin, well, I'll refer to it as the Bitcoin boom, but when cryptocurrencies and people were selling these ICOs, and I don't know if any money went into the investment of the future of the crypto space. Right. So, anyways, it's an interesting piece of history, and listen, it has a spot where it may rally back, but like anything we do in investing, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
You gotta hedge your risk, man. Well, I mean, for me, the coins are the interesting thing is just, dude, there's nothing preventing you or I from making a coin today. Like today, you could have a coin, and so how can something like that hold the value unless a whole group of people have decided that, okay, we're gonna say this is the value thing, right? And that almost needs to be dictated by a government or some sort of powerful body. I don't know. That's what makes it very sketchy to me.
Worth keeping our eyes on, but no plays jumping out at me today in it. I did a screen this morning, high daily option trading volume from Friday, and there were a bunch that had earnings coming up today. A couple that interested me, this BJ's. Well, I've got one up right now. TJX, I think, was bullish, 84% calls versus 16% puts. Just be aware it was posted. So I screened for bullish call spreads. There was nothing. But if you wanted to take a peek at the options today and see if there was anything that interested you, it's just I wanted to put it on everyone's radar this morning. It's a retailer, and the other one was also a retailer, BJ's. But if you look, there was unusual volume on Friday, and there was also unusual volume on the 9th, and they were both heavy call volume. Not saying that the stock's necessarily going to go up, but that's just where people have been placing their bets into this earnings. So be aware of that. The other one that looked from the bearish side was this BJ's, and the relative volume, it was a high volume relative to how much usually trades. Let's see if that showed up in the posts as well.
You ever shop there?
BJ's?
Yeah.
I have not. Have you? I've shopped at Costco. Is the one we've usually gone to.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody I know ever. I've never heard it come up. I'm wondering, is that a?
I think I looked at the. They don't have a large earnings history, and it's been around for a long time. So I'm assuming this was something that was taken private by a private equity firm and probably reissued within the last year. These tend, well, I haven't done any research, but just be aware, these were private equity guys who sold their, this is my, I'm going to have to dig way deeper today.
Way deeper. That's what your gut's saying?
That's my gut feelings, because the stock's been around forever, but they were only showing one earnings.
Yep.
So it's like this is an IPO. This wasn't held by individuals. This was a public company previously.
Yep.
That I'm sure of. So just be aware. I mean, these private equity guys took it private at some price in a previous time frame, and now have sold it out to the public, to make a profit, right?
Right.
So and you look at all the volumes in the puts. So let's monitor that stock, see how it performs after earnings. My gut tells me it's going lower. And then my gut is what? Right, 51% of the time. Fortunately, the Chameleon makes it a little bit better.
49%. We never, it depends. That's what we like to say. It depends.
I did. I haven't played around with this recently, but the put protection cost analysis basically shows you how the puts, and we're in a volatile period, which may get more volatile. So it's worth plugging in your portfolio. What do you? Well, I plugged in your big Facebook. So for you to protect yourself for the next 30 days in Facebook, this is looking at the money put. It would cost you a little more than 3.5% of the Facebook stock price to be protected for the next 30 days.
Right.
Everyone has to make their own decision on whether it's worth it to protect it, but this is what people look at. Is there another stock you'd like to look at? Let's look at IBM. IBM is 2.6 times. And this shows the 52-week range of how much it costs. So you see it's near the highest spot. So keep an eye on that as we're in this very volatile period in the market. And looks like it's going to continue to be be into the new year. That's how it's looking to me. So just be aware of that.
Feeling, or that's just gut. That's just gut telling you.
No, it's real. I mean, the one thing that could, well, first of all, we've had a complete breakdown in all the FANG stocks, which have been driving this market.
Yeah.
I think, at least 20% of the marketplace right now is already in a bear market, down 20%. What's going to lead us out is our next earnings cycle, which is after the new year. Right. Those earnings come in better and lead us to, make the P's look better and people start putting money into the market. I think people have had, an 8-year run of a great bull market. Actually, it's almost 10 years. So, there's oil's down. Is that a precursor to a slowing economy? There are all these things that can, listen, we can have great, just, it's really time to take advantage of the tools that Chameleon offers and just keep an eye on what the cost of protecting your stock is. And that's a lot of what the options, besides giving you great tools to lock in, your known risk and your known reward with the spreads, but it lets you know really what an insurance policy costs for your stock for the next X period, whatever the expiration is. And it's a great tool to use to see, geez, is it getting more expensive to insure my product? Do I want to insure my, house?
Yeah.
So it's, some people don't think about it. We don't always talk about it in that way, but it's a great tool to look, even if you just have a 401k, to look at the stocks in it and say, wow, people are really paying now to protect their stock.
Yeah.
Do I want
What does that tell you? Exactly.
Do I want to lighten up on my position? What's my span to when I want to start taking money out? Those type of things. And,
well, the one thing, it was interesting last week, I don't know if it popped on your radar with Facebook, was it popped on mine because I'm watching it a little bit. And, Sanderberg or whatever her name is sells 55,000 shares. And you're like, why? I mean, is that just like planned? Because that's planned 6 months out. These guys are planning this sort of stuff. And it just happens that way. But I mean,
well, that's what they say.
You'd figure, God, you got to take that off the table, man. You guys are looking really bad right now. can't we just stop it? Because it makes it look like you're running for the hills. It doesn't look good from a owner of the stocks perspective when the CEO's getting out of the stock as the stock is tanking. I mean, it's just...
down. I mean, Facebook has to be down. Facebook has to be in a bear market for off its high. It's got to be down more than 20%. I'm not.
Absolutely, dude. Without even, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it was. That's Facebook is full on in a bear market right now. Yeah. So. Yeah, no, it's good to keep your eyes on and this is the one thing it allows you to be the insurance company, right? If you're willing to be long Facebook at some price and you can go out and say, well, listen, I'll sell someone else insurance. Just be aware, you sell the insurance on a house and fire insurance and the house burns to the ground.
Right.
You better be willing to, put the money up to fix that house. So you have to, here, I mean, in the insurance space.
Wait, can I just can I just run to the Caymans and not pay anybody? Isn't that the way to do it? Isn't that the way the smart people do
it? I think the insurance companies declare bankruptcy, right? For the insurance companies, the way they spread their risk is what?
They sell their insurance to other people. Yes.
Well, they sell a lot of other policies. They'll go to a bank and be like, listen, can you, I have a lot of exposure in Florida. Can I buy some sort of basket from you? Which, if that's going on, they're in real trouble because they're paying, probably more than premium than they sold for. But, that's what they're doing is trying to spread the risk across vast swaths of homeowners.
Yep.
Here, the way you spread it is you spread it with another option or an option at a different date. That's what you look at.
Yeah.
So always something to do in the options market.
Love it, man. Absolutely love it, dude. Who's psyched for this week, man? It's going to be a great trading week. Remember, everybody, click down below. Click subscribe, like, what have you. We're here every day, man. And we got a podcast out. So, hey, if you're on your podcast app, look up Options Report, and there we are, man. Every day, bro, we're bringing it every day.
Love the podcast. You've done a great job there. Highly recommend it to everyone who's into podcasting.
Every day, bro. All right, man. Everybody have a good day. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Later.
Thanks, chameleons. Bye.